Hey folks, welcome to Market Intraday Analysis by InTheMoneyStocks.com, your leaders in pure technical analysis, avoiding all that Wall Street hype. This video for Thursday, October 6th, 2011 is sponsored by Realtic. Alright, let's get into the market here on an intraday basis. Markets are just underneath the highs of the day. You can see we had a sharp move up in the early morning, mid-morning session. Markets topped out at the 116 on the SPY level, had a great pullback. I actually called out a beautiful short right at a cross of the 116 level, and you can see that pullback for a nice little scalp all the way back down. Markets since then in the mid-afternoon session now have retraced back up to those highs, but have yet to take out this resistance level. The resistance levels are working beautifully today on the charts. Here was your first one. Look at the pullback. Again, you hit it, pulled back, then broke through, hit the second one, and have yet to break through the second resistance. If you want to know where these levels are coming from, it's very easy. This first level on the green line right here, this middle one, this one comes from the pivot high on the 30th of September, and this upper one comes from the gap fill going back to the 30th as well. So again, 30th right there, and then this one actually right here later in the day on that specific day. All right, guys, let's just take a little bit of a gander here across the board on some different stocks as the markets again hover near their highs. Again, if you look at the markets, we've had a 7.5% move up from this pivot low. The pivot low right here, 107.50 to a top today at 116. That again is a 7.5% move higher in just 2 days or so. All right, that's an amazing move up. Markets, again, the volatility is not going away. Dow Jones Industrial Average right now up 125 points. NASDAQ up 33. S&P 500 up 14. Now, if we flip to the daily chart, this is where it really gets interesting because you can see a 3-bar surge to the upside. We called the reversal to the upside after we saw this level hold the next day. And again, that's been 2 consecutive days of upside. But at this point, you've now come into the 20 moving average. Now, again, the 20 will be on the daily chart a little bit of resistance. But if it does get through there, there's many more resistance levels up. And this is what I was going to say, and this is what I've been telling my members in the Research Center and the Intraday Stock Chat. First off, if you want to get involved, start becoming part of the 99.99% elite group here. That makes up the whole entire world. And again, you're in the upper percentile there, even with institutions. Take that free trial. You'll get the education, proprietary techniques, and swing trade alert calls that will make you millions, in my opinion. All right, and again, this level here, this 20 moving average on the SPY, is your first level of resistance. That's what we're basically kissing now. If you get through that, then all of a sudden you go right up into the 50 moving average and this white trend line. And this is, again, this whole area up here, from basically here down is where you're starting to hit resistance. The upside here off the lows was the easy call. That's the easy portion of the move. We all knew that was going to come because there was no major resistance until you got up to this 20 moving average. But now it starts out to be, well, how much higher is it going to go? And again, we're just about to kiss the 20 moving average here. If we pierce the highs of the day, essentially we will. And if it gets through that, then these are your next levels right here. All right, and again, that's what's giving me the opportunity here to start looking at shorts again. And the beauty of what we've done lately, folks, and I just want to go over this because I think it's that good and really shows a good example. When everyone was bearish, we went long down here. All right, as the market bounced and pulled back, we went long again. We went long again. We went long again here. And then upwards of this point, this is where I started to short the market. Shorted the market here, covered here. Shorted the market here, covered here. And now again, as we bounce up here, and we're actually hitting the highs of the day here, this is where I'm starting to look again at accumulating a small starting position on the short side. And for those of you in the Research Center, you know exactly what I've been doing here, chat room as well. And we're going to start to maneuver here accordingly. Now again, you want these calls, you want the exact entries, you want to know exactly what I'm buying or shorting. That's why you have to join the Research Center, take that 7-day free trial. All right, let's go to a couple other stocks. First of all, I think what we want to take a look at is the dollar. The dollar continues to be under a lot of pressure, and that's keeping this market up. Dollar again falling down here again. Notice how the markets are at the highs of the day. Dollar is at the lows of the day. And remember, the dollar trades inverse. If the dollar is going up, it's going to force the markets down. If the dollar is going down, markets are going to go up. Right now, dollar's down at the lows. Therefore, markets are at the highs of the day. Okay? Very simple like that, just to keep that in mind, guys. All right, next up, what we want to do is go to some charts of specific stocks. For the most part, it's been a solid rally. JP Morgan, which is known as the market leader here, is at the highs of the day. That also meshes with what we're seeing on the S&P 500. If you look at that stock and then compare it to some of the other leaders, it's not such a rosy picture. Exxon and Chevron, both negative. They're actually the only group. The oil stocks are the ones under pressure, which is kind of interesting because oil is actually having a very, very good up day. But either way, we are seeing that under pressure a little bit here. And Exxon's still down 60 cents on the day, although that's not a big drop anymore. Was down more. Chevron is also on the negative side, down about 70 cents on the day. Okay? Baidu, Google, Amazon, Research in Motion, Intel, Microsoft, Cisco, Dell, IBM, 3M, Hewlett Packard. I could go on and on, folks. You are seeing continued gains out there on the plays. Again, the market leaders are continuing to lead this market, except for Exxon and Chevron. The only other stock that's having a little trouble with some big gains today is Apple Computer. Apple Computer's down just 40 cents on the day. It's actually coming into a lot of resistance here on Apple. Look at all that resistance. Probably a good little pullback play here with all that resistance right there. Triple moving average area. But again, Steve Jobs passing away yesterday at the age of 56. And again, that's really causing Apple to be under a little bit of minor pressure today. In all fairness, the company itself, did an amazing job of slowly phasing him out over the last couple years, so that when this did happen, this unfortunate, passing away, when it did happen, the stock did not get pummeled. If this was 2 years ago and Steve Jobs passed away, the stock would be down 20% right now. So again, to have it only down $1 on the day is a very impressive recovery or holdout and kind of phasing out of him as that genius who built Apple up. All right, a couple other sectors doing well today. Solar stocks are having another good day. They got crushed a few weeks ago, but are having good days. First Solar up almost $4. Even some of the Chinese stocks are having great days. TSL, Trina Solar, is just up under 10% on the day. And SPWRA, let's take a look at that. That's having a great day as well, up 64 cents to $8.42. Small caps, folks, I haven't really talked about small caps in a while, but small caps are starting to make some moves here. Some of the Chinese small caps are getting big bounces. Here's Zoom Technologies. Take a look at this daily chart. The last couple days really rocketing up quite a bit. I'm going to keep my eyes open now for other Chinese stocks as they begin to inch up a little bit. And again, if the markets hold strong for a couple days, the Chinese and the regular small caps should really start to bounce once money flow kind of has made money in the large caps. It'll start rotating to the small caps. If markets turn down again, then that's off the table, and you want to stay away from small caps because they're the highest risk and the least amount of money will flow to those. They'll first go to the high dividend paying stocks. All right. Scanning through here, let me just see what else is moving here. Let's go back to the SPY, which just broke the highs of the day, folks. If we go to the intraday chart, you can see you're just piercing the highs of the day right here. Again, on the upside, if you want to know your next resistance level, next shorting resistance level is going to be right around 116.55. 116.55, if we get there, that will be your next shorting opportunity. And then after that, this is your next pivot level right up here at about 117.65. All right, so those are your next two levels right now in the charts. Again, take the free trial of the Research Center. It's free, folks. Take the free trial of the chat room. It's also free. All right, that's what a free trial is. It's a full 7 days. Doesn't matter when you take it. You'll get a full week in the chat room regardless. You'll get a full 5 days in the chat room, and that's the key there. You can ultimately come in, make enough money, we believe, in that free trial to essentially pay for years of the subscription with our calls. Take care. Come join the free trial. I'll talk to you soon.